I listened to Mel Robbins' podcast yesterday with Anna Lemke about dopamine addiction and resetting your dopamine receptors. And it made me realize that I have been dopamine addicted since I was pretty young, a child, like 8 maybe. Um, and we didn't really know about these things when I was a kid. Um, and it wasn't seen as as an addiction when I was a kid. Like I would go to my room and I would read all the time, and my parents and family were all in education, and reading is good, and reading is um, you're learning, and so it's okay. And there wasn't like the stigma with it that maybe there should have been, because it wasn't so much that, it was like the escapism and the being addicted um, to something, but it wasn't considered an addiction because it was educational, quote unquote. And there were a lot of, when the computer did come into our house, there were a lot of restrictions around it. So again, it was, one was good and one was bad, kind of. Um, and I really struggled for years with this problem. And I'll go in more into depth about why I think that was and other things in another video, I think. And it was only when I was into my 30s, and because I was having actual health problems, that I did a hard reset. But it was because I was having health problems, not because I thought like, oh, I need to do a dopamine reset. I still didn't really understand about any of that. And it was only really when Anna Lemke yesterday was talking on the podcast about her own addiction to reading. And Mel Robbins also talked about an addiction to reading that she had, that I realized, oh, my dopamine receptors were shot since I was like young. And I never really knew what to do with that. There, like I said, it wasn't even a stigma. It was just, we didn't talk, like people didn't know about these things. So I want to create a community around this. And I'm going to put the link to my school page in the description, and just comment